Alright, so I like to collect things, okay? DVDs, video games, steelbooks, Blu-rays, you name it. So when I come across something that I want in my collection but doesn't even exist, it can become really infuriating. So I decided to do what all great YouTube channels do and created a list. So here's my top 10 classic TV shows from my childhood that don't have a full official physical release. So in no particular order, here we go. Alright, we got The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. Aired August 24th, 2001 on Cartoon Network, The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy was a show about two kids who get into a wager with the Grim Reaper and force him to become their friend for eternity. This show did manage to see a DVD release for the first season, but other than that, nothing else has been put out from the other 6 seasons, except for their TV movie, Billy and Mandy's Big Boogie Adventure. I have nothing but fond memories of the show, and after going back and watching a few episodes and the movie, this show still holds up in my opinion. Plenty of running gags and memorable characters and interesting crossovers with other Cartoon Network shows. Alright, now we got Codename Kids Next Door. Aired November 29, 2002, also on Cartoon Network. Kids Next Door is a show about an organization of children operatives who stand up and fight for kids' rights against the tyranny of adults. This was one of the most creative and interesting shows on this list, and I remember legitimately wanting to be an operative for the K&D, but at last, I eventually became too old to become one. There are still episodes embedded into my mind that I can recall to this day, like number 5 going on some Egyptian hunt for jewel-like candy for this bratty kid, or the episode where number 2 had this noir-like episode. They even had an Empire Strikes Back inspired episode. Unfortunately, the only thing released to keep the legacy of this show alive are some collection DVDs with some random episodes. Alright, now we got Even Stevens. Aired June 17th, 2000 on Disney Channel. Even Stevens was a short-lived sitcom that followed the misadventures of a troublemaker kid, Louis Stevens, played by Hollywood superstar Shia LaBeouf. I feel like this is one of the most underrated shows from my childhood, and it still holds up. I saw an episode not too long ago, and I was still laughing. The only thing released is the movie, and considering that this was a short-lived series lasting only 3 seasons, I see no reason why this series can't see a complete release. I'm your basic average girl, and I'm here to save the world. You can't stop me. Kim Possible. Yeah, I understand I may not be the key demographic, but I don't care what you gotta say about this pick because this is my list. So deal with it. This show has a lot of action and jokes for anyone to enjoy. Aired June 7th, 2002 on Disney Channel. Kim Possible focused around 2 high schoolers, Kim Possible, voiced by Christy Carson Romano, and Ron Stoppable, voiced by Will Friedle, and his pet naked mole rat, Rufus, as they struggle to juggle fighting crime and being teenagers. The show lasted for 4 seasons and produced 2 TV movies, and only the first 2 seasons have seen a DVD release, but it seems like it was a limited run because I can only find them going for $40+, and I mean, come on, we're in 2019. There is a new live action movie coming out this year, and despite the negative response, if any good comes out of it, hopefully the cartoon sees a renewed life and possible re-release of the series on DVD. I never thought that it'd be so simple, but I found a way, If you open up your mind. Drake and Josh. There's not that much bad you could say about this show. I think it's pretty clear based on the lasting legacy. Aired January 11th, 2004 on Nickelodeon. It follows two stepbrothers learning to live together as they constantly find themselves in wacky situations. Played by Drake Bell and Josh Peck, Drake and Josh has so many iconic lines and scenes. It's a big head scratcher as to why the only thing released have been the TV movies and a few best of season compilation DVDs. Maybe Nickelodeon or whoever owns the rights will free this series from its DVD purgatory.
3, 2, 1.
Got a blast!
The Adventures of Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius. This is, in my opinion, one of the most underrated shows from Nickelodeon. It aired November 29th, 1998 on Nickelodeon and only lasted for 3 seasons. It's a show about a boy genius and his group of friends as he tries to improve his life with his inventions, but they always kind of end up blowing up in his face. Not only is the concept of the show really creative and interesting, but it managed to round out the show with fun supporting characters. Sheen, Cindy, Libby, and of course my favorite, Carl. There's a couple DVDs on Amazon, however, if you're in the US, you need a multi-region DVD player, and even then the review says that there's some missing and incomplete episodes. With only 3 seasons, you think it would be extremely easy to have a proper DVD release. Jackie Chan Adventures. Released on September 9th, 2000 on Kids WB. There's not really a good way to describe the show. It's literally a cartoon based around Jackie Chan and these magical talismans. But I mean, let's be honest, what's not to like about that? So yeah, lasting for 5 seasons, Jackie Chan Adventures does have a few physical releases, but I only found season 2 going for $45.99. This show definitely deserves a proper DVD release because, come on, we need more Uncle in our lives.
I have a new antidote. This may sting.
Fresh out the box. Stop, look and watch. Ready yet? Get set. It's all that.
All That. The absolute best children's sketch show ever. Can't stress how much the show means to me. Aired April 16th, 1994 on Nickelodeon. All That birthed the careers for many actors and future projects for Nickelodeon. Lasting a whopping 10 seasons, this show inspired a generation, and I can't wrap my head around the fact that through all my research, I didn't find one physical release. This show played such a major part of my childhood, it's truly a shame that I can't own it on DVD to consume at my own pace.
The Proud Family. What? You and me will always be tied. Family every single day.
The Proud Family. This show is hilarious, and it's probably one of the most grounded cartoon shows on this list. Aired on September 15th, 2001 on Disney Channel, The Proud Family was a cartoon about Penny Proud as she grows up with her wacky but loving family. This show was funny, charming, and probably one of the few shows that kept it real. Lasting only 3 seasons, The Proud Family is a show I rarely hear about, and I can't understand why. And unfortunately, because of that, I don't think we'll see a DVD release.
Let's go. You could gaze into the future. You might think life would be.
That's So Raven. A show about a high school teenager who has psychic visions, seeing into the near future and getting into crazy situations, either trying to prevent or cause the future to happen. Aired on January 17th, 2003 on Disney Channel, That's So Raven was immensely popular, and it really started this Raven-Simone era for Disney, spanning over 4 seasons and spawning a mildly successful spin-off. You might have heard of it. Anyways, it's been 12 years since the show graced the small screen, and it's really deserving of a late release.
Yep, that's me.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that's the list. Once again, this is my opinion, so if I left off a show you feel should have made the list, feel free to let me know in the comments section below. And if I see enough suggestions, then I will definitely be making a part 2. And if you want to check out any of these shows, while I was doing research for the video, I found a lot of the shows being streamed on Amazon Prime Video. But other than that, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.